The world woke up to a very dark, highly dangerous morning yesterday. The fuse that had been labeled as about to explode at any moment for days was finally lit, and American warplanes officially bombed Iranian territory. So how did things get to this point? It all started in the middle of the night when a Singapore-flagged cargo ship trying to exit the Strait of Hormuz was struck by an Iranian kamikaze drone. The ship sustained heavy damage. Naturally, the US did not view this as just another attack on a commercial vessel. The White House issued a lightning-fast statement, declaring the action a blatant violation of the Memorandum of Understanding and the ceasefire previously signed between the parties. Immediately after, the US Central Command, or CENTCOM, pulled the trigger. American missiles obliterated 3 different locations in the Sirik region along the Iranian coast of Hormuz. The targets hit were no ordinary hangars, they were drone and missile storage facilities, as well as radar installations belonging to the Iranian Revolutionary Guard Corps. Now the critical question is this: is this attack the first day of a massive, endless US-Iran war, or was it merely a severe military message? CENTCOM released an official statement immediately after the operation concluded. According to military experts, when an army issues a report right after a strike, it means that particular wave of operations is over for now. In other words, this operation was not designed to launch a full-scale invasion of Iran. Rather, it was a warning shot across the bow, a move to put the Revolutionary Guards in their place and tell them to back down. This is because there is a stark military reality on the ground. The US currently has over 50,000 troops in the Middle East, alongside 2 massive aircraft carrier strike groups deployed to the region. With this strike, Washington sent a crystal-clear message to Tehran: we are here, we haven't left, and we possess the power to strike any target at any time. Yet, behind the scenes, an incredibly bizarre, movie-like diplomatic crisis is also unfolding. The most intriguing claim emerging from intelligence reports suggests a severe disconnect between the political leadership that approved the prior agreements and the IRGC cells that launched the drone on the ground. This means the Iranian government itself may not have wanted this attack. Since the beginning of the conflict, Iran's military structure has been so fragmented that lower-level radical cells are reportedly operating on their own whim without receiving orders from above. In fact, the situation had reached such an absurd point that just a day before the attack, CENTCOM was planning to station an Iranian commander inside the American headquarters in Qatar, solely to prevent this lack of coordination and avoid accidental escalations. They were supposed to sit side by side to de-escalate tensions. But the moment those rogue cells on the ground fired the missile, the US flipped the table and delivered its answer directly on the battlefield. Why does the conversation always loop back to the exact same topic? Why do the guns never go silent in this region? The answer is simple: deterrence and nuclear power. There is an unwritten rule in global politics: if you possess a nuclear weapon, even if you are an isolated country, just like North Korea, no one, including the United States, can easily touch you. For years, North Korea stalled the world, bypassed sanctions, secretly enriched uranium, and the day they finally acquired nuclear power, they became untouchable. Iran, however, lagged behind in this race. They have been processing uranium and building nuclear facilities since the early 2000s. But whenever they get close, their scientists face assassinations, their facilities are crippled by cyber attacks, or, as seen last night, they get bombed. This is exactly where the paradox begins. If Iran had managed to manufacture a nuclear bomb in time, would those American jets have dared to strike Sirik last night? Highly unlikely. Because nuclear capabilities mean mutually assured destruction. It means if you strike me, I will burn both you and the rest of the world. Yet, the flip side of the coin is equally terrifying. A Middle East where Iran possesses nuclear weapons means that Saudi Arabia, Turkey, and Egypt would inevitably join the race as well. It would mean a powder keg of a region transforming into a full-scale nuclear inferno. Consequently, the US and its allies are determined to prevent Iran from crossing that final red line, no matter the cost. In conclusion, yesterday's events demonstrate that the cards are being reshuffled in the Middle East. Neither the US nor Iran wants an open-ended, financially catastrophic, all-out war at this stage. Both sides are pushing boundaries and pressing on raw nerves. However, it is vital to remember that in a room packed with this much gunpowder, a single spark can easily turn a controlled warning shot into a wildfire that consumes the entire world. All eyes are now on Tehran's next move.